Forget everything you thought you knew about electric vehicle manufacturing. China has just changed the game. Tesla may have pioneered the use of gigapresses to transform the way cars are built. But in 2025, Chinese automakers are taking this technology to a whole new level. And they aren't playing around. Faster production times, lower costs, and aggressive expansion plans. What China is doing right now could make Tesla's earlier achievements look like the warm-up act. What's at stake? Global dominance in the electric vehicle or EV market. If China's bold strategy works, brands like Zeekr, XPeng, and BYD might soon be producing EVs at speeds and prices Western automakers can't match. But it's not without risks. There are concerns about repairability, supply chain disruption, and how competitors will respond. Keep watching because we're diving into all of it, and trust me, there are twists you don't want to miss. Let's start with the basics. What is a gigapress, and why is everyone in the auto world obsessed with it? Developed by Italy's Idra Group, a gigapress is a massive die-casting machine that can produce large single-piece components for vehicle underbody. Think of it like swapping out dozens of small welded parts for one giant Lego block. Tesla was the first to show the world just how revolutionary this could be by using gigapresses to cut manufacturing costs by as much as 40% and drastically reduce the time it takes to assemble a car. Now, China is picking up that playbook, and they aren't just copying it, they're writing the sequel. Chinese automakers are rolling out next-gen gigapresses with even greater clamping power and expanded capabilities. We're talking about single-piece castings for both front and rear sections of vehicles, something Tesla has only begun experimenting with. And that's just the start. These new machines could turn car production into a streamlined, high-speed process that's almost unrecognizable compared to traditional manufacturing methods. One name you're going to hear a lot in 2025 is Zeekr. If you haven't been paying attention to this rising star in the EV world, now is the time. Zeekr, part of China's automotive giant Geely, has already made headlines with the Zeekr 009, a luxury electric van that's not only sleek but also a symbol of China's manufacturing ambitions. The 009 was one of the first models to benefit from gigapress technology, and the results speak for themselves: 800 fewer welding points, enhanced structural stiffness, and improved weight distribution. And here's the kicker: Zeekr isn't stopping with the 009. They've already planning to use gigapress on future models, including SUVs and sedans, that are being prepped for global markets. This isn't just about building cars for China. Zeekr has its eyes set on international expansion, and with manufacturing efficiencies like these, it's easy to see how they could undercut competitors on price without sacrificing quality. Zeekr's success also signals a shift in China's EV strategy. Instead of just competing in their domestic market, Chinese automakers are ready to challenge giants like Tesla, Volkswagen, and GM on their home turf. And with gigapress-powered production, they might have the upper hand. Of course, Zeekr isn't the only one getting in on the action. XPeng and BYD, two other Chinese EV heavyweights, are also making moves with similar technologies. XPeng has hinted that its new vehicle platform will integrate gigapress elements, allowing it to build cars faster and more efficiently. Meanwhile, BYD, already a global leader in EV sales, has been quietly working behind the scenes to enhance its production capabilities with large-scale die-casting tech. The adoption of gigapress isn't just a manufacturing trend, it's a strategic weapon. Imagine the competitive edge these companies will have if they bring high-quality EVs to market faster than their Western counterparts, and at prices Tesla can't match. With government support backing these companies and supply chains that are optimized for EV components, the stage is set for a massive shakeup in the auto industry. This brings us to the big question: what happens next? Well, brace yourself, because the next few years could see a global realignment in the automotive world. Let's say Chinese automakers fully embrace gigapress manufacturing. Suddenly, they're able to roll out entire fleets of affordable EVs in record time. This means more choices for consumers and a wave of pressure on Western automakers, many of whom are already struggling to adapt to the fast-changing market. We've already seen signs of this shift. Companies like Toyota and GM are scrambling to integrate smaller-scale casting technologies into their production lines, hoping to keep up with what's coming. But the truth is, unless they adopt Gigapress technology on a larger scale and fast, they risk falling behind. And here's where it gets even more interesting. If Chinese automakers succeed in making Gigapress manufacturing the new standard, they could also disrupt supply chains. With fewer parts needed to build cars, many suppliers who depend on selling individual components could be left out in the cold. It's not just automakers who need to evolve, it's the entire ecosystem of companies that support them. Now, not everything about Gigapress technology is perfect. One of the biggest concerns is repairability. Think about it. If your car's underbody is a single cast piece and you get into a minor accident, you can't just replace a fender or panel. You might have to replace the entire section. This has raised some eyebrows among consumers and insurance companies alike. However, Zeekr might have found a workaround. They're developing modular components that can be swapped out without having to replace the whole cast section. If they pull this off, it could solve one of the most significant issues with Gigapress technology. And if other automakers follow suit, it might just eliminate the repairability concern altogether. But until then, it remains a potential Achilles heel in an otherwise brilliant strategy. So, what can we expect as we head deeper into 2025? For starters, we're likely to see a new wave of models from Chinese automakers, all built using Gigapress technology. These cars will be cheaper to produce, faster to assemble, and more structurally sound than ever before, with the ability to scale up production quickly. Brands like Zeekr, XPeng, and BYD will be well positioned to flood global markets with affordable EVs. But this wave of innovation could also ignite a fierce price war. If Chinese EVs hit European and American markets at lower prices without sacrificing quality or features, legacy automakers may be forced to lower their own prices to stay competitive. This could squeeze profit margins across the industry, forcing manufacturers to rethink everything from labor costs to how they design their cars. In the most extreme scenario, automakers that fail to adapt could face bankruptcy or acquisition as China solidifies its grip on the EV market. Tesla and other Western automakers will need to respond, and fast. While Tesla has already been using Gigapress, they might need to push the technology further to stay ahead. We could see Tesla experimenting with single-piece front and rear castings, or even rolling out entirely new models built around this technology. Meanwhile, legacy automakers like GM, Ford, and Volkswagen will need to decide whether to embrace Gigapress tech or risk becoming obsolete. But here's the thing, if China pulls this off, the auto industry as we know it will never be the same. This isn't just a manufacturing trend, it's a paradigm shift. And it's one that could reshape the way we think about cars, manufacturing, and the global trade for years to come. That's a wrap. The story of how China's next-gen Gigapress is set to revolutionize the auto industry. What do you think? Are Chinese automakers about to leave Tesla in the dust? Or will Western brands find a way to fight back? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. There's a lot more coming, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching.